Have you ever drizzled soy sauce over rice or dipped sushi in it without thinking twice about what's actually inside that little bottle? Soy sauce is one of the most common condiments in the world, salty, savory, and packed with umami, but behind its deep brown color lies a story of ancient craftsmanship, patience, and even a bit of microbial magic. This simple-looking liquid has been brewed for centuries using natural fermentation, a process that turns humble soybeans and wheat into one of the most complex flavoring agents ever created. Today, we're diving into the fascinating history and science of how soy sauce came to be, right here on the History of Things. Soy sauce has its roots in ancient China over 2,000 years ago, where it evolved from a fermented paste called jiang. Originally, jiang was used to preserve meat, grains, and vegetables, but over time it transformed into the liquid condiment we recognize today. As the method spread across Asia, different regions adapted it in unique ways. Japan developed shoyu, and Korea made its own version known as ganjang, each with its own flavor and fermentation style. But all shared the same foundation: soybeans, grains, and a long, careful fermentation with mold, yeast, and bacteria. It may sound strange, but this good mold, called koji, is the same type used in making miso and sake, and it's the secret to soy sauce's deep umami taste. The process begins by steaming soybeans until soft, roasting wheat until golden, and combining them to form a base. Then comes the crucial step, inoculating the mix with koji mold, scientifically known as Aspergillus oryzae. The mold breaks down the soy's proteins into amino acids, including glutamic acid, which gives soy sauce its irresistible savory kick. After this stage, the mixture is combined with salt water to create a mash known as moromi. This thick, chunky blend is left to ferment for months, sometimes even over a year. During this time, a complex ecosystem of yeast and bacteria work alongside the mold to produce alcohols, acids, and aromatic compounds, developing soy sauce's signature depth, smoothness, and aroma. Once fermentation is complete, the moromi mash is pressed to separate the liquid, the actual soy sauce, from the solid remains. The first pressing, called first draw, produces the highest quality sauce, prized for its purity and richness. The liquid is then pasteurized, not just for safety but to stabilize the flavor and deepen the color. Pasteurization also triggers mild browning reactions that give soy sauce its roasted aroma and glossy dark hue. Finally, after settling and filtering, it's bottled and ready for your kitchen table, the result of months, sometimes years, of patient natural brewing. Not all soy sauces are the same, though. There's light soy sauce, yusukuchi, which is thinner, and saltier and dark soy sauce, koikuchi, which is thicker and sweeter, perfect for marinades. Tamari is another variation, usually gluten-free and richer in flavor, often made as a byproduct of miso. But not every soy sauce you find on the shelf is traditional. Many modern factories use a chemical process called acid hydrolysis to mimic the flavor in just days instead of months. These versions, often labeled hydrolyzed soy protein, lack the depth, aroma, and complexity of the real thing, and usually include caramel color and artificial flavoring to compensate. The next time you pour soy sauce into a bowl or add it to your stir-fry, take a second to appreciate the journey behind it. It's more than just a salty liquid, it's the result of steamed soybeans, roasted wheat, living microbes, and a long dance of fermentation perfected over centuries. From ancient Chinese kitchens to modern Japanese breweries, soy sauce tells a story of tradition, patience, and the art of flavor. It's living proof that sometimes, the simplest ingredients, with a little time and care, can create something truly extraordinary. Thank you for watching the History of Things. If you enjoyed this story, make sure to like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments, and stay tuned for more fascinating tales from the everyday things we often take for granted.